And away we go. It's hump day. It's Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. I hope all is well with you. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. We got a couple giveaways going on. First of all, we have Make the Switch with Brent Gordon Law. If you want to win a Nintendo Switch bundle, make sure to sign up on the K-Bear 101 app. You can get the system, a copy of Mario Party Jamboree, as well as a carrying case because this weekend, well, we fast forward. We skip an hour. We lose an hour, which sucks, but one lucky person is going to win that Nintendo Switch bundle. So make sure to sign up before this Friday. Friday morning, we're going to cut off the form, draw a winner for that. I also have tickets to give away for LA Vation, U2's #1 tribute band, making a stop at the Shoshone Bandit Casino Hotel March 14th. I've been working on a ton of stuff promotion-wise behind the scenes that I can't go into detail about today, but or we'll have to wait till those giveaways get announced, which I'm hoping they all come true. But I did see this get announced right as I got back from my lunch break. I opened up Facebook here. First thing I see, Aftershock Festival 2025. 4 days of 115 plus bands. This lineup looks insane. Pretty much any band that's in the K-Bear playlist is playing at this festival. I saw Acid Bath is returning, so I let Victor know about that. That's probably the closest he'll get to see them. Sacramento, California. It's going to be a bit of a drive, but I'm sure he'll do it. October 2nd through the 5th. That's not a bad time either. It's a great time of the year to have a festival. It's not too hot, not too cold, right in between. But yeah, I'll post the Aftershock Festival lineup on our Facebook page at K-Bear 101 FM if you want to take a look at it. You ever look back at the toys you had as a kid and realize your parents must have hated every second of it? I found this list of 50 toy fads that drove parents insane, and honestly, I get it. First, Furbies. I think I had one of those when I was real young, those creepy little gremlin owls that never actually turned off. You could take the batteries out, bury it in the backyard. Somehow it would still whisper, "Me hungry" at 2 a.m., and I remember these because I was so sad when I found out they didn't make my size at the time. There were the moon shoes, right? Basically trampolines for your feet, but instead of bouncing to the moon, you just sprained your ankle in the driveway. Great investment. And of course, I had this one as a kid, Tickle Me Elmo. Parents were throwing fists in toy stores just so their kid could have this vibrating, laughing red monster. If you ever wondered what pure regret sounds like, it's that laugh at full volume at 6 in the morning. I think our parents had it worse. At least now kids just want an iPad, and you don't necessarily want to be labeled as the iPad parent, but sometimes I get it. You need a break. You just want to give them that screen and say, hey, entertain yourself, and they're quiet for a few hours. Need the iPad and some Wi-Fi. They can ignore you in peace. I feel like that's progress. All right, this might have to be my question for the Peach Throne this afternoon. What's an old person habit you've adopted because it's actually a really good idea? This might be too much of a thinker, though, for a simple answer. Early dinner. I knew some friends of mine that would have dinner like at 8 p.m. and they would call me the weird one for having dinner like at 5:30. And I still have dinner around that time to this day. All weekend errands are done before noon to beat the crowds. If I can get there before then, I'll wait. If I can't get there before then, I'll wait. Yeah, it sucks trying to do anything on a Saturday around here. That's why I don't go out on Saturdays for the most part. I wait till Sunday morning. I wake up, I go to the gym, and then I run my errands. Grunting when I stand up? Someone said, actually, I didn't adopt that. It adopted me. What's an old person habit you've adopted because it's actually a really good idea? Ignore the clock, eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired. I'd be sleeping quite a lot. That's the sad part. Comfy underwear, comfy shoes, carrying ibuprofen in my purse always. Well, I have a fanny pack that I don't necessarily wear the casual way. I just carry it around with me. I usually have it in my car. Carries the heart meds that I take, carries ibuprofen, carries emergency meds in case something bad happens to me. It also carries Tums as well. Yeah, a bag full of drugs is what I travel with. So apparently yogurt can make you hotter now. At least that's what TikTok is telling us. So you're supposed to believe it. The internet has never told a lie ever, right? Coconut Cult yogurt, which claims to work wonders for your gut, your skin, your whole vibe. Who doesn't want to be hot just by eating yogurt, right? Wouldn't it be fun if it were that easy? One TikToker says she's never looked hotter after eating it every day for a week. And it's not because she's been slathering it on her face. It's that $39 jar of yogurt that's doing all the work. That's right, $39 for a 16-ounce jar. This has Los Angeles written all over it. I bet you this lady at some point in the video or in the advertising for this product, I'm sure it says it gets rid of the toxins in your body, which that's a phrase that needs to die. When it comes to health foods, gets rid of the toxins in you. Promotes this that you've never heard of, so you need to pay for this overpriced item. Can I start making my own yogurt in my kitchen? Start selling it for like $45, promoting it as a health item? Make all that money? If you want that glow like a TikTok star, you better start budgeting your yogurt fund, because this is a no bargain. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Remember how Bill Belichick and the University of North Carolina football team were going to be featured on HBO's Hard Knocks? Well, forget about that. The deal fell through because an agreement between the producers and the school was never finalized, and there were reports swirling that some NFL owners didn't appreciate an NFL-owned show featuring a college team, even if it's being led by the one, the only, one of the greatest coaches of all time, Bill Belichick. The terrible, horrible, no good, very bad season for the Dallas Mavericks continues. Last month, the Mavs sent their best player, Luka Doncic, to the Lakers. That was the biggest jaw-dropping trade possibly ever in exchange for Anthony Davis, who immediately suffered an injury. Again, Anthony Glass Bones and Paper Skin Davis. Then yesterday it was confirmed that Kyrie Irving, another guy who gets injured way too often, tore his ACL and will miss the rest of the season. And on top of that, the Dallas Mavericks sent season ticket renewals to existing customers, jacking up the price by an average of about 9% and as much as 20%. That's literally adding insult to injury, isn't it? Anyway, Catherine, Legge, Legge, will become the first woman to race in the NASCAR Cup Series in more than 7 years when she drives the number 78 car for the Live Fast Motorsports team at Phoenix Raceway on Sunday. She has extensive experience in open-wheel sports cars and IndyCar, where she has made 4 starts in the Indianapolis 500. Her NASCAR starts have been limited to 5 races in the second-tier Xfinity Series. Danica Patrick is the last woman to appear in a Cup race, as she concluded her career in the 2018 Daytona 500. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Guess what? Shop class making a comeback. Turns out not every high schooler dreams of being stuck in a lecture hall for 4 years. Some teachers are finally getting it. Some schools are finally getting it, I should say. Woodworking, welding, automotive repair. These aren't just fun ways to break a sweat. They're practical skills that could land you a pretty solid paycheck down the road, right? Well, with the job market getting all kinds of unpredictable, especially with AI robots coming for our jobs, these trade skills might just be the thing that, well, keep us human. That keeps us human. So if you're not into staring at spreadsheets all day, kind of like what I do for contests and stuff, maybe it's time to pick up a welder's torch, start building your own furniture, start building your own future. For some reason, I saw the word furniture and was like, all right, let me just say that instead of future. Build your future, literally. Hey, if you want to try something new, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, they're encouraging Americans to help control the population of nutria, which are those water-loving rodents. They just want people to eat them. For years, nutria have been messing up marshlands across America because they eat and destroy so much plant life, and now the government hopes people get out there, get their hands on some nutria, and chow down on these invasive and delicious critters. We talked about AI not that long ago. You can ask AI for any recipe involving nutria, but there was a cookbook published in 1963, Nutria for Home Use. I love old cookbooks. I love seeing the recipes pop up on Facebook for these weird, outlandish family dinners. Well, this cookbook, Nutria for Home Use, lists nearly 24 nutria recipes, including chicken fried nutria, macaroni nutria casserole. The state of Louisiana has even shared a recipe for smoked nutria and, okay, how do I say this word? Andouille, probably andouille sausage gumbo. I don't know. Yum, I guess. Cool. I mean, we'll call the segment Brad Eats, even though Brad's not here anymore. And we'll try some nutria at some point, I guess. Maybe. Just a heads up, if you're going to do one of those eating contests, especially when you are trying to eat a giant burger, there's this guy in Singapore who ended up in the ER after speed eating a 7-pound burger. Yeah, 7 pounds. How can you cook that much meat and have it be safe, I don't know. But it wasn't just the burger that was stuffed. His stomach was too. He couldn't pass gas for hours. Had to get some serious medical attention. Apparently, inhaling a massive burger that fast might not be the best idea. But, maybe next time slow down, let your stomach catch up. Who cares about that stupid challenge where you have to eat something within the hour? Unless you want to become a permanent resident at the hospital. I mean, I eat food fast, extremely fast, and I've been regretting it as of late. I picked up my dad's horrible habit. He used to eat extremely fast. And then he slowed down, luckily, but unfortunately, around the same age, when he was my age, he was doing what I'm doing, and I'm trying my best to avoid what he did, to avoid mistakes he made and all of that, so I need to slow it down myself, and this story is a great reminder. I forgot to talk about this on the show the first day that I saw this post. Luckily, Things That Are Not Aesthetic, that Facebook page that I follow, decided to share it as well to remind me that we no longer have poop games in Major League Baseball. The Philadelphia Phillies, their broadcast team, updated their scoreboard. And it'll no longer feature the poop game, which their old scoreboard used to show the P for the Pittsburgh Pirates, 0, 0, and then the P for the Philadelphia Phillies. And it would show poop on the scoreboard. Yeah. It's a tragic loss. I know. It's real bad. Now it's ball fee. BAL 0, PHI 0. Nobody wants that. Once again, down in Florida, Orlando to be exact, authorities over there, they're researching the best way to clean diamonds after a jewel thief swallowed a pair of, close to $800,000 earrings. Yeah. Jathan Gilder visited the Tiffany & Co. store, told staff that he was representing a player on the Orlando Magic who sent him to purchase jewelry. The staff allowed him into the VIP area to peruse the pricier jewels, and he helped himself to 2 pairs of diamond earrings and a ring worth $587,000. He then left the store, but a surveillance camera captured his heist. Police were called. Officers later caught up to him in his car, recovered the ring, and they also found Tiffany & Co. price tags, which had been removed from an item, but didn't find the earrings. He was arrested, taken to jail. During a search, Gilder asked jail staff if he was going to be charged with what's in my stomach and added, I should have thrown them out the window. Don't they have the pointy end? Wouldn't that be a hard thing to swallow? A body scan confirmed the appearance of foreign objects in his stomach. He's been charged with grand theft and robbery. Don't they have, the pointy end? And then if it were to go down, it could scratch your esophagus, ruin your entire digestive system. Not to mention it got him in tons of trouble, but still, internally, that'd be painful. I wonder what it takes to get invited to Taco Bell Live. They just had this major live event to unveil 35 new items coming to the Taco Bell menu in the near future. I'm sure you're well aware Taco Bell just rearranges the same ingredients and that's their menu. But I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a great cheap fast food place. If you're one of those people that call it taco smells for whatever reason. I see all these jokes online about how Taco Bell makes people throw up or have digestive issues, and I've never had that issue, knocking on wood. But the biggest news story out of the entire event is that Taco Bell is dropping a brand new Baja Blast flavor called Baja Blast Midnight, unveiled at last night's Live Más live event in Brooklyn. Now, the biggest mystery about this event involving a particular person that I follow online, his name is Menace. He's a part of a morning show in LA called The Woody Show. And he was at the event yesterday and then back in studio this morning for the live morning show. I don't know how he did it. If he just flew to the event, flew back the night of, didn't sleep all night, did the morning show, and then probably fell asleep shortly afterward. That's what I'm guessing, because this guy travels everywhere. Wouldn't that be nice to be a part of one of the biggest morning radio shows in the country, get to fly everywhere, see cool things like the Taco Bell live event? I'm sure he got to try the all-new Baja Midnight. I'm one of the biggest supporters, literally the biggest supporters of Taco Bell. Come on, invite me to that event next time. Fly me out. Represent K-Bear at the Taco Bell Live Más event. So I was scrolling Facebook like any normal person last night when Facebook suggested that I join the Dull Men's Club. Yeah, that's a group, a real group. Apparently, my life is so thrilling that the algorithm thinks I'm ready to embrace the exciting world of dullness. Which, to be fair, I did spend most of my night last night just talking to my friends on Discord, playing Xbox, laying in bed, chatting with them. I mean, this club might be doing a whole lot more than what I usually do. We're talking about a club where the highlight of the day might be organizing your sock drawer or watching a pot of water slowly come to a boil. I think last night the coolest thing that I did was I ordered band patches off of Etsy. I'm trying to put together this patch jacket. Eventually, once I have enough patches, then I'm going to sew all of them on, potentially. I might try to learn, get frustrated, and then have someone else do it for me. But that could qualify me, I guess, for the Dull Men's Club on Facebook. I guess I'll join the group. It's now that time for To Peach Their Own. I ask you a question. You give me your answer on the air at 208-535-1015. Today's one, nice and simple. Who is the most famous person you have ever met? I see loyal listener Quint. He put his picture of him with Lou Brutus at the previous show at the Mountain America Center. That was a fun time, for sure. Seeing Lou Brutus, hanging out with Lou at the Devil's Orchard that we got to hang out at when he took some nice photos of the night sky. Let's see, who else on this Facebook group post here? Probably Randy Bly from Ethan, Lamb of God, the vocalist. I'd love to meet him. I actually want to get his book. I was seeing people post about his book, and I've been meaning to get it. Now that we've got paid today, I might need to get myself a copy, read that at some point, or maybe have it collect dust on the shelf, just like every other book that I own. Who is the most famous person you have ever met? Let me know, 208-535-1015. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
What's up, Peaches? This is Vortex.
All right, Vortex, who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Well, I've had the lucky opportunity to meet quite a few presidents and celebrities over the years, but I'd have to say Michelle Pfeiffer. I was an extra in a movie called Love Bill with her back in the early 90s, and got to meet her and shook her hand and watch her do some scenes, so that was pretty cool.
Did we talk about this before? I feel like we have.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you before in the past.
Yeah, well, which presidents did you meet?
I met Gerald Ford held me when I was a baby, apparently, according to my grandmother, but I met Clinton when he was campaigning with Gore. Actually, me and my friend snuck past Secret Service in North Carolina. We went through a couple of hedges and came out right by their tour bus and got to shake his hand and Al Gore's and Hillary Clinton's, and they signed the poster that my friend had. And we didn't get in trouble for it, so that was kind of funny.
Oh, good. Well, that's great to hear. I can't imagine doing that type of thing now with the security and all that.
Yeah, it was definitely lax back in the early 90s. So
Right. Well, right on, Vortex. Appreciate the answer.
Yep, have a good one.
You as well. Who's the most famous person you have ever met? Let me know, just like Vortex, over at 208-535-1015. K-Bear, what's happening?
Hey, so I'm going to answer To Peach the Own, and then I was going to ask for a song request, if that's okay.
Let me guess. Starset Dark Things.
No.
Okay.
I was going to do My Demons by Starset.
Aha! I was 50% right. Okay, what's your answer for To Peach the Own?
So I've met Chris Motionless a total of 8 times. I don't know if that's technically famous per se, but yeah, I've met Chris.
Oh, Chris is 100% famous, and he's also one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet, for sure.
Yes, he has. He is. So I'm surprised they haven't put me on the stalker list since I've met him so many times. Yeah. So.
You're just a devoted fan. It'll get a little weird. There's a certain, never mind.
Yeah, no, I like Motionless and White enough times that I can justify paying to go see him every time. So.
Right. They like their fan base, and Chris, I don't think would ever consider you a stalker unless I send this audio clip to him.
Yeah, right. No, but yeah, he's one of the famous ones. And then I've met Noah Sebastian. I've only met him twice, but
yeah, at the Bad Omen show in Salt Lake City at the Union, I got lost because I was interviewing Jolly, and I'm going around the back of the venue, and I accidentally ran into Noah doing his laundry. I didn't talk to him. I just walked past him and went, oh, okay, interesting. And then one of the dudes in Era had to help me find the exit.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, yeah, it was a very good show, for sure. Well, appreciate it, and yeah, I'll get that song on for you.
Okay, awesome, cool, thanks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You as well. K-Bear, who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Matt Walsh.
I've heard that name before. Who is that exactly?
3 Days Grace. It was with my darkest days when I met him, but...
Did you see 3 Days Grace in Nampa last week?
I did not. I wanted to go, but...
I would have taken you with me, man. My bad. An extra ticket and everything. But, yeah, it was a good show. I mean, Disturbed really, really was great. 3 Days Grace, awesome. Seven Dust only had a 30-minute set. I wish it was longer, but overall the show was fun, and I'm not going to try to, put salt to the wound here for you not going. But, yeah, it was a good show, and I'm sure they'll come back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, right on. Appreciate the answer.
Yep.
You have a good one. K-Bear, what's up?
Hey, Peaches. So your question about the famous person that you've met, were you just talking in general or music or?
Oh, in general, no matter what. Yeah.
Well, you would appreciate this. Seth Rollins from WWE.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when he was on his bad guy run, when he had the half blonde, half dark hair. But I wondered wrestling-wise, who have you met?
I would call him Rob Van Darn on the air, but I met him back when he opened up a comic book store in a Southern California mall. I forgot which one. I was like 8 years old. And
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he opened up this comic book store very briefly, but there was a whole line of people to meet him. And I got the chance to not only meet him, but also hold his belt. And holding that championship belt that he had, it was like 20-something pounds. It was ridiculous. And I remember he had other wrestlers that were supposed to be there at different days, and Kane was the next wrestler the next day. And I was like, please, I do not want to meet him. He'll terrify me. And lo and behold, now I look like him,
Well, I was going to say, yeah, you could hold your own with him now.
I don't know. I'm sure that guy can still beat me up. But he's actually one of the nicest dudes from what I've seen, too. So
that's what I've heard, too. But he is kind of scary looking, so you're good on that.
And then I also got the chance to interview Chris Jericho via Zoom that one time when I first started here. And
yes,
he's exactly the way that he is, like, on the screen. He's talkative, he's charismatic, he just gets stuff done, and he was a nice guy for sure, too.
Were you so nervous to do that interview?
At the time I was, because I know how his personality is, and I was timid. I didn't really know how to do I didn't do many interviews at the time before then, but now I'm like, okay, I'm used to talking to all these different types of people. Who knows what's going to happen? And if he were to be outlandish and crazy, I'm sure I could just send it to some news outlet and say, Chris Jericho yells at radio DJ.
Right. Well, no, and you're good at what you do, and they're all just regular people.
Yeah, I appreciate that. How was Seth Rollins? Sure. Is he extremely nice?
He was really nice. My kids got autographs, and he didn't like behave like the jerk that he was behaving on TV. But no, he was really nice. Yeah. It was fun. I
had the chance to meet Alberto Del Rio. Now that I remember this, I'm glad I didn't ask him about, hey, how's Paige doing? Because that was, you know exactly what I'm talking about after the whole thing went down between him and her. And I would have been beat up big time by that guy. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.